All right, another loaded show coming your way on Philadelphia Eagles now, but first we have to talk about this picture. So A.J. Brown was just in the locker room at the NovaCare practice complex, and a media member snapped this picture. It's his locker room with the sign, "Always open," and he's going to make his debut on Sunday against the Lions, and it's been a long time since the Eagles have had a wide receiver with this type of physical makeup, probably going all the way back to Terrell Owens. There have been great wide receivers over the years, Deshaun Jackson, Devontae Smith, but A.J. Brown is just built different. And of course, the Philadelphia media asked him why he had this sign hanging above his locker room, and he said, "I probably should have taken this down when you guys came in here," but he did add, "Even when I'm covered, I'm open. Just give me a chance. That's my mindset, and good thing that Jalen Hurts knows my mindset." So if you're excited about A.J. Brown to make that aforementioned debut, he's rocking the number 11. I want you to type that in the comment section because this is a guy who could have a monster season for the Birds, but also he took Carson Wentz's number, and we want to forget about Carson Wentz. So type 11 in the comment section, and let's start the show. A lot to discuss on today's show. This is Philadelphia Eagles Now by Chat Sports. Hope the great city of Philadelphia and all Eagles fans out there are having a fantastic week. On the docket for today, several roster moves made official by the Birds today as they signed some intriguing players to their practice squad. And also, do you want a free Eagles jersey? Information on that coming up here down the road. First, though, I previewed this over the weekend that because the response has been so good, because we got to 32,000 subscribers, we're going to be doing our first official live show on Thursday. It starts 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Pacific. I want all of you watching right now to join us. Tell your friends that it's going to be a party on Philadelphia Eagles Now. We'll do a preview for this Lions game, and then I'll do my final record prediction prior to Sunday's matchup. Lock us in, youtube.com/Eagles Now, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Cannot wait to chop it up with the Bird Gang. As for those roster moves that Howie Roseman and this front office made today, they signed Dalton Keene, signed wide receiver Auden Tate, but the corresponding roster moves to make room for them on the practice squad released running back LaMichael Perine and released quarterback Reid Sinnett. We're going to talk about all of these players in length on the program today. Let's start off with Perine. A lot of people were excited about him because he does have some potential, although hasn't lived up to that his first couple of years in the NFL. At the end of the day, he was drafted in the 4th round by the New York Jets. That hapless franchise, though, they've whiffed on a lot of draft picks, and it looks as though Perine might be another one of those players. Not a long stint with Philadelphia. He was only signed on September 1st, and as we sit here recording this on September 7th, his time in the Midnight Green has come to an end. Spent less than a week on the Eagles practice squad. He was somewhat of a little-known player. More of a player who a lot of people knew about, Reid Sinnett, the quarterback who started his career with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, came to the Eagles, and this coaching staff seemed to like him in the early going. They gave him plenty of opportunities to actually make the 53-man roster. Historically, Howie Roseman, Joe Banner, they've kept 3 quarterbacks on the 53, and he was the 3rd quarterback in the preseason. Flash played that long touchdown in the preseason to Devon Allen on the long ball against the Cleveland Browns, but that's really all he did in the preseason. Played really poorly with his final dress rehearsal against the Miami Dolphins, and then you kind of figured that his career was going to be in doubt. The Eagles did sign Ian Book to the 53-man roster, but obviously they like some of the players who we're about to talk about on the show today, and that's why they have let go of Reid Sinnett. Looking ahead to Sunday, I cannot wait for it. We will be doing a post-game show here on the channel. Another reason why you just got to subscribe to the channel. Videos almost every single day. If you think the Eagles will beat the Detroit Lions to kick off the 2022 campaign on Sunday in Week 1, I want you to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. I'm going with the Birds. I do think it's going to be somewhat close. 28-24 is my prediction. And we do have a Detroit Lions channel here at Chat Sports, hosted by my guy Micro Mike. I just hopped on his show earlier today to do a Lions-Eagles preview. This is the thumbnail for that video. We did a breakdown, gave you my predictions, some of my analysis, and what the Eagles have to do to be victorious, and some things to watch out for against the Lions on Micro Mike's channel. What I want you to do right now, I'm going to put the link in the pinned comment for this video. I want you to go to the video and show Micro Mike that the Lions franchise is an absolute unmitigated disaster and the Eagles franchise so much better. Comment "Go Birds" and show them Philadelphia always brings the heat, and show Lions fans that they are, at the end of the day, Lions fans. Despicable. Once again, comment for that video in the comment section right now. Okay, to the news that a lot of you have been waiting for and looking forward to us breaking down here. Eagles signing a pretty interesting player, and actually two of them to be precise, and I'm looking forward to breaking these guys down. First of all, Dalton Keene. Sign him to the practice squad at that tight end spot. Good size, 6'4", 251. He played his college ball at Virginia Tech. And for Bill Belichick, over the last 2 decades, New England has not had a great draft history in drafting skill position players. It looks as though they may have whiffed yet again on Dalton Keene. He was a third-round pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. Missed all of 2021 because of a knee injury. And what's interesting about the Patriots, they are spending the most money in the NFL at that tight end position and wide receiver position, yet I still think this offense is going to be mediocre. But there could be a better player in there for Dalton Keene than what he showed in a season and change with the New England Patriots. Now, his career stats up to this point hasn't really done much. 6 games, 3 receptions, 16 yards, average yards per catch, 5.3. But I'll tell you this about what the Eagles have been able to do with tight ends. You look at the Eagles tight end depth chart, they've developed some tight ends over time. The most recent one, Dallas Goedert. Jack Stahl, though, has kind of come out of nowhere and been a pretty good backup tight end for this team. And I'm excited to see what the future is for Grant Calcaterra, draft pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, who retired because of concussion issues, but certainly flashed some pretty solid play at Oklahoma and SMU. And you go back over time to that tight end position. The Eagles have done a good job of kind of grooming some of these tight ends. I mean, you go all the way back to, let's say, Chad Lewis and that Andy Reid regime, and then, Brent Selleck became a really good player. Zach Ertz, I really like what they've been able to do with Tyree Jackson, even though he suffered that really severe injury last year. But can the Eagles get their hands on Dalton Keene, put him in this player development program, and bring a better player out than what we've seen since he entered the league only a couple of years ago? Potentially. Now, he is an addition to this Eagles practice squad, but I do have a question for you about this Eagles 53-man roster. A lot of you hop on the sticks, you play Madden. How would you grade the Eagles roster on Madden as a whole? I want you to scale the Birds team for me from 1 to 100. Also, at the start of the show, I asked you, do you want a free Philadelphia Eagles jersey? Wait, what? Chase, what are you saying? Yes, a free Philadelphia Eagles jersey. If you follow these steps, then you can get your hands on one thanks to our friends at Fanatics. So all you have to do is head to chatsports.com/EaglesBet, our sportsbook partner BetUS, enter the promo code Eagles125, sign up, deposit at least $100. But with that and that sign-up bonus, using that link as well, you get a 125% deposit back. Let's do the simple math here. That's $225 to game with. You can make a bet of any kind worth any dollar amount. And then you email us, jersey@chatsports.com, letting us know that you followed all of these steps right here, as I look like Glenn Hurricane Schwartz without the bow tie here. And a couple of jerseys are definitely available that we can guarantee for you. Jalen Hurts jersey, all sizes available, kids, women's, men's, Jason Kelsey thread right here in that woman's variety, A.J. Brown in the white, Devontae Smith black jersey. Of course, a couple of colors available, but those jerseys available, and you can get them for free if you sign up using all of those steps that I told you about earlier, and then you email us, jersey@chatsports.com. You can screenshot all of that information. I did put that email in the description of this video. One more time, it's chatsports.com/EaglesBet, promo code Eagles125. Now to the other signing that the Birds made today, Auden Tate. The news of this started to break overnight, that he was coming in after a workout. And I'm intrigued by the player for a couple of reasons. Played at Florida State, drafted in the 7th round back in 2018 by Cincinnati. Great size. And I mean great size at that wide receiver spot at 6'5", 227. I'm not sure if the Eagles are going to try to turn him into a tight end or just have him maybe be that big-bodied wide receiver on the outside. He has struggled to find his groove as a wide receiver in this league. Here's the good news, though. Only 25 years old. I understand that the Eagles have struggled to develop wide receivers, but I actually think with what we've seen from Quez Watkins, what we've seen from Devontae Smith, maybe the tides are turning there to a certain degree. Tate has also had more production in the National Football League as compared to Dalton Keene. Over 4 seasons, 61 catches, 799 yards, average yards per touch, 13.1, and he's had 2 touchdowns. So I'm not sure if the Eagles see something in him. They have another big-bodied threat at that wide receiver spot on the practice squad in Devon Kane. And Devon Kane was able to show us some things throughout the Eagles preseason. Could Auden Tate do the same? Again, only 25 years old, so I think that this guy does have some pretty solid football left, and there is always value for wide receivers who have that enormous size, who are those jump ball threats. Historically, the Eagles haven't had a lot of these players. Finally, they have it with A.J. Brown. Last time they had that type of wide receiver, Terrell Owens. You can throw Alshon Jeffrey in the mix, but not as twitchy as A.J. or T.O. Auden Tate, I'm excited about him, and at the end of the day, it is the practice squad. So if it doesn't work out for him or Keene, it's the practice squad. Before we hop on out of here, once again, taking your predictions for Week 1 against the Lions, I think that this team is feisty. I'm not just saying that because I watched Hard Knocks and I'm in on Dan Campbell overturning the culture in Detroit. I think this football team is pretty solid. I think it's going to be a close game, but I do think the Birds win. Let me know who you got, though. PHI for the Birds, DET for the Lions, and another reminder, first live show with me at the helm coming at you Thursday, tomorrow, if you're watching this on Wednesday, 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Pacific. Make sure you turn on those notifications, therefore, when we do go live, you'll be able to join us. Fly, Eagles, fly, EAGLES, Eagles country, let's fly.